I've got everything. Da, 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 da. That's a ringer. All right, let's get the show on the road. Let's see here. I am going to the page right now, so bear with me. I know it's 9:45. Well, 9:47. I'm 2 minutes late. Well, no. Some other part of the world, I'm actually early. I don't know which part of the world, but somewhere out there, I am early. I just don't know where. So give me a second. I'm going to the video feed. I actually pre-made a lot of this stuff earlier today. Okay, we're good. I always like to double check. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Guys, I just checked in on Lori's replay earlier. Hi, Jan. I love the rainbow. We were thinking along the same path when I saw that little rainbow cloud. I was like, I know what she's doing. And it looks fabulous. I'm glad to know that. All right. Okay, ladies. I'm going to kind of jump to it because I don't want to stay up late. And I've already got half the stuff prepped anyway. So, hi, Karen. Hi, Deborah. I think you guys will like that. Today, you might have seen this sunflower wreath before. Hi, Kathy. But I don't think anybody's really posted how to do the petal. So I am going to post how to do the petal tonight because, one, I love this sunflower. It gives a nice crisp shape to it that we're going to do. And two, I mean, you can just play with the length of it and make it even longer. So you guys will understand what I'm talking about in a few minutes. So, yeah, so I don't know. And you know what? To try to get the word out there, because I see sunflowers and I see them all basically using almost the same exact petal, which is a gorgeous petal. You know, this one, you just kind of go this path right here and then just scrunch it up. I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing absolutely wrong. Or you could even take it and flip it around that way. Nothing wrong with that either. Either one works. I'm just going to show you a different one that gives it a little crisper look to it. I'm trying to move this back a little bit. I don't understand. I think a light bulb went dead. I know, yellow is so bright. So I did spray paint it. Yes, it chips easy. So you see the unfinished part right here. It does chip easy, but again, it's just a base. So it doesn't matter. It's going to help cover it that much more by the time you add a backing to it. Nothing else to it. So I definitely want to get the word out there about this petal. So feel free to share away. And I'm going to show you, let's see here. Here's going to be our center. Hi, Janet. Hi, Charlene. Christina. So here's our center. Okay. Easy peasy. There's the original color. It's basically the roll of burlap that you get from Walmart. And yeah, I spray paint everything, Charlene, like literally everything. They will tell you I'm very anal about that. So even for the carrot wreath workshop that I did this past weekend, I spray painted them orange. So, but this is it. And all I did was take the full burlap one, cut it straight across all the way. And then I'll show you how I got this, but this is basically half of those. I could actually get 4 centers from one roll of burlap. So, not too shabby, huh? Look at that. Doesn't even go anywhere. Whoop, pop it away. Maybe use it like a little mop head, too. Ah, might look good in that color. All right, moving right along. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I already put these in the board. So, I'm going to show you guys. I have some of these pre-made, but I am going to show you how to make them as well. But this is going to be our outside petal right here. So do you see how it has that nice, long, elongated, crisp look to it? So we're going to just start with that. I'm going to put my leaves on last because I want to see what style I want to end up doing. So I'm going to show you this real quick. So this is the petal. Hi, Darlene. And I'm trying to remember. Nope, I only used 1 for this one. Nope, I used 2. Okay. So I did a 10-inch. I cut all of them 10 inches. So I'm just going to go over here. And I was smart this time. And I cut them together. So that way I didn't have to worry about it. So yes, the mesh is from Craft Outlet. If I'm in emergency, like if I'm having an issue, then I will get it from Hobby Lobby or, you know, Michael's. But again, that has to be an emergency. Although, you know, sometimes they do have the good stuff, you know, but most of the time I get mine from Craft Outlet. So this is the Daffodil from Craft Outlet. The one that, by the way, if you have not stocked up on the Daffodil, you need to stock up, because last year it ran out way before summer even got a good go to it. I've got about 10 rolls here. I'm about to place an order for more. So, so again, you're going to take the squares and you're just going to fold it over, okay? And then this time, what you're going to do from this point, so you've already made it a triangle. These are double pieces, okay? So they're 10-inch pieces. They're double pieces. You folded them in a triangle. I'm going to hold it here. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You're going to fold it into a triangle again. All right? Now you got a smaller triangle, okay? Sailboat, whichever way you want to think about it. Could be Lori's gnome, okay? Moving on from there. Okay, so you've got into another triangle. Now it's smaller. You're going to take this side, fold in. Hi, Lori. Dave's here too. See, Dave, we don't forget about you. We're going to fold this one in too, okay? So it's going to look like this, almost like you're folding a napkin. Now what I'm going to do, and this part's going to be hard to see right here, I'm actually going to invest in Amiibo. So yay, Lori convinced me to do that. I don't even know what it costs, actually. Maybe I better, that's okay, I have a credit card. All right, so I'm going to put this down real quick. And what I'm going to do is, while I'm holding the middle, I'm just going to kind of pull this up a little bit, okay? And that's going to kind of give me the shape that I'm looking for. When you're satisfied with it, and what I do here is I'm going to start at the 20-inch mark. Usually I start over here, but just so that you guys can see. I'm going to measure it to where it goes up to the 5.5-inch mark. All right, and you get used to this, and you don't have to eventually measure it, but just for the sake of it. So pretend that this 20-inch mark is really 0, and that this is the 5.5-inch mark. That's where I want my tip to be. So I'm going to come back to wherever my 0 is. And I'm basically going to pinch together. And you get this elongated shape here. So I don't know if that made sense or not. But I like this, and it makes a nice little crisp sunflower. So I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. And then I'll just tug on here a little bit more. Get it the way I want it. And so you have a nice little crisp petal here. All right. Now this, you can go ahead and tighten that up good. And you can go ahead and cut off. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the sunflower. I got most of these already done. I only left like 2 that I didn't have done. So that way you guys didn't have to sit here watching me as I went through petal after petal after petal. And I almost forgot. You are going to want to... North Carolina watching. Yay. You're going to want to cut. All right. And there's no definitive spot to cut it. Don't cut it too short. You know. I had my trash bag over here earlier. I don't like trash laying on the ground. My craft room is semi-cleaned up. All right. So we are going to start on the outside and work our way in at this point. And I've already got these set up. Now the other thing I do want to mention to you guys that I did, because Lori knows I like to drill things. Actually, I didn't drill it. I used my scissors again. That's right. These ones right here. If you look in between my fingers, I actually got myself. I'm okay though. I've got a drill coming in, but it won't be here till Wednesday. So what I did here is I went between these outer... I always spray paint them. I went between the sets of 2 on the outside, and I created my own hole, and then I skipped the next section between the 2, created my own hole, skipped the next section between the 2, created my own hole. The reason I did this is because when I lined the petals up there earlier, it looked like I wasn't going to get good coverage. So I decided to create an extra hole ahead of time so you guys wouldn't have to wait on me. So now all I have to do is put them on in here and push it on in. There you go. Voila, we got our first petal going on. Look at that. All right. Hey, it's actually got like a candle. All right. moving on with that. The zip ties are a little bit spray painted this time because honestly, I had a little oopsie at the very, very end and I scratched the board pretty good. And I was like, ah, so I had to go back and spray paint it. And then when I saw it, I was like, dude, I should totally put the zip ties in all the time and spray paint it. So that's my thinking. Hi, Jane. Thank you so much for sharing too, because in my opinion, you know, these are things that we should share with each other. It improves our crafts, you know, our own set of skills. We learn from each other. And I think that's what it should be all about in the first place. Could I have charged for a tutorial? I absolutely could have. Would people have paid for it? Probably, yeah, if I get a better camera other than my phone. Let's be honest with that. But I don't think it should be that way. And then, honestly, you know, everybody can figure everything out. So it's not that difficult. So again, I already made these ahead of time. And I will put on there, you know, I honestly have no idea how much material I used right now. So I know, right? Painting with the zip ties. I'll be honest with you. This was a complete accident. Life lessons, people. I'm passing out life lessons. So, I got that quote. That's not mine. I can't take credit for that. I got that from a cute little angel whose videos I always see posted all over Facebook, and I don't know his name, or is it her name? I don't know, but she's just an adorable little kid. I want to say it's a girl. So if you've seen it, you know. Yeah, I'm so smart. That's right. Yes, the petals are facing upwards. So it's like you got that nice little cup or spoon, whichever one. I promise you, I've only had one sip of wine right now. It's actually sitting over there just staring at me, kind of like a book. Big moon, just sitting there, staring. Yeah, that's what happens when you have kids. So, how did I fold the petals? I'm going to do another one, Claudette, in a little bit once I start running out. But for right now, I did one at the beginning. So if you're really aching to see it right now, you can go back and look at that one. Or you can just wait until I get to the point right here after the second row where I run out. So, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the inside center. Now my hope is, I did this on the old board. I say the old board. I did this on the wooden board and it worked out perfectly. Again, this is my first sunflower on the new one. Well, let me rephrase that. My first sunflower with the crisp petals, as I like to call them. We need to come up with a better name for it than crisp petals, because then I think of French fries. And since I forgot to eat dinner, I'm a little bit hungry right now. But, you know, a glass of wine has, what, 150 calories in it? That's good for nighttime. Keeps your metabolism going, I guess. I wouldn't listen to me on that. So, yeah, this was a complete accident. And I think from now on, I'm just going to go ahead and have the zip ties in there and just spray paint the sucker. Because sometimes when you're using that lighter color mesh, you know, it can show through a little bit. So just kind of like if you do it, you know, I've had, you know, it doesn't really matter what framing system you use a light color, it's going to show. So I like this. See, this is going so much faster now that you guys don't have to sit here watching me cut mesh, you know. So Lori, I went back and watched your video. I mentioned before they got on there, after I saw it, I was like, yes, score! That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Love it, gorgeous. I'm so glad to know that the rainbow is going to work out well. Because I have all the colored mesh, but it's kind of like your, no, well, you lost some of the materials for your gnome. It's kind of like the gnome. I can't get around to it. I keep having something else pop up. So, all right, I'm going to snip these off. Because, again, I don't want my mesh pulling on each other. And I'll be honest with you, you guys are kind of like on a journey with me right now. I have no idea what's going to happen. So, I really debated. I told Lori I was barbaric yesterday and tore the heads off of two animal pillows. So it was quite savage in a womanly kind of way. Actually, I really struggled getting those heads off, I'll be honest with you. So they did not want to tear off. So it was kind of a mess of cotton polyfill on the ground. But I got it off and I stuffed them back again. So we're all good with that. You guys will see what I'm going to do with that later. So, yeah. All right. So we've got the outer edge done right here. Okay. It already looks like a little sun. Ooh. Okay, I could play with that all day. I'm mesmerized by it. Yeah. Maybe I have a touch of ADD or something. I don't know. All right, so now I'm going to start on the second row. Okay, and like I said, this is where it's going to be kind of an experiment. That's the reason I didn't put the leaves on till last, because there was actually a leaf style I wanted to use, but I don't know if I'm going to. I may have to do a different one, so we'll see. And again, you know, it's the first time doing it on here, so I'm kind of playing around with it on the new boards. Lori, I actually found some wooden boards still. They were hidden between two of my flower tubs. I was like, yay! So, alright, we're going to stick this on there. Alright, there we go. Liquid dinner. See? Yes, liquid dinner. I don't know, liquid dinner, liquid breakfast, liquid brunch, liquid lunch. What's between lunch and dinner? Supper? Somebody says supper. When's supper? I don't know. I used to know all that kind of stuff. I don't know that kind of stuff anymore. So I'm nearing the end of my little petals over here. So, and if I have to pull out the hot glue, I will, but I'm hoping that this is not going to be a hot glue situation. We shall see. Got a little bit of green mesh right here. So, all right. I had a liquid lunch. It was actually a smoothie from Smoothie King. I go there about 3 times a week. Visit Starbucks about 4 times a week. They know me. Am I out? I think I might be out. Nope, not quite yet. Okay. Got one right here. All right. There we go. Could you show where you're placing? What do you mean? Can I show where I'm placing them again? Like in the rows? Like I'm literally just going around here, and then I'm going around here on the second row as well. Third row, I'm going to do something completely different. So, and I've got some of those ready as well. All right, here's another one done. Must be running out soon. What do we have over here? Okay, those are my, okay, so I do have to make a couple more. All right, how many more do we need to make? Let's straighten this up a little bit. Okay, and again, we're gonna have to see what happens. So, y'all bear with me, this is an experiment too. So, it looks like I only need to make one more. A little concerned there. All right, let's see. All right, so I've got my 10-inch, cut to 10 inches, so it's a 10 by 10, and I doubled them up. So we're gonna throw this little guy over there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the corner for these two, make a giant triangle. I guess you can try to call it a right angle. Technically it could, but since it's mesh, it's not gonna work properly. And then once I've got my triangle, I'm gonna make another triangle, again, a smaller one. I've got my hand in here to kind of pull at it. Try to line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So then this is what I see here, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start over here, and I've got my hands right here to kind of hold it. I'm gonna fold this one down, and then take this side and fold it down, keeping the two pieces together, all right? And then you're gonna kind of have to move it around, see where you like it. And then what I like to do is I put my hands right here and hold both edges together, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna pull up on the end, okay? All right, there we go. Okay, now what we're gonna do is, again, I'm using the 20-inch mark right now just because that's where the camera's at. You can't see all the way over here to 0. So, but from the 0 mark, you'd put it here, and the tip, you want it to go to about 5.5 or so. All right, And in the beginning, while you get used to it, you can just always just quickly put it down there and measure it that way. Eventually you'll get to the point where you can just look at it. So, and that won't be a problem on there. All right. Hi, Shonda. And this is going to be easy peasy. I'm just praying that my kids don't wake up. Or my kid. My other one, I'm not too concerned about. He's watching YouTube in his bedroom right now. My 3.5-year-old is the one I'm concerned about, because man, can he scream bloody murder if I don't run to him in like T-minus 5 seconds. Put it this way, by the time I've heard him, it's already too late. All right, so let's see how this works out. All right, let's see how this works out. Okay, so looks like right here. All right. Okay, and again, this is on the newer board, so this is kind of like a learning process with all of us too. All right, let's cut these off. It worked great on the other one. If I have to go back and add some extra holes or something, then I will. It's like I have a vision of my inside my head, and hopefully it matches up. Things don't always match up in real life. Okay. All right, so now we are going to go to the inside. And again, we're going to open these up in a little bit. So, all right. So the inside petal is actually going to be this one. So what I've done here is I've got the elongated petal, and then I've got the little spoon daisy petal right in front of it. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our 2 pieces of mesh, 10 to 10. Yeah, kids are fun, they said. Yeah, it's a good thing they're cute. So, could you use clothespins instead of zip ties? You could. It's just for me, like I said, normally when I would be doing this, and I'll show you how I do it right now, I wouldn't have all this prepped ahead of time. It's just I didn't want the video having to go into like an hour, hour and a half. So I was trying to get some of it done ahead of time. So, all right, let's create the petal first. Okay, so we're going to do the petal. Okay, there we go. And we're going to fold it over. So we had a triangle, now we've got a smaller triangle. Now we're going to fold this way, fold that way. Take it to your 0 mark. Make sure it goes to about 5.5 inches. And squeeze. Don't forget to pull up a little bit. You can still pull up afterwards, okay? Normally what I would do here is then I would just kind of slide it between my fingers like that and start on my second piece. That's what I would do. All right, with this one, the daisy one, I'm going to go this route, and instead of making a smaller triangle, I'm just going to make that first one, fold that down, okay, and then at this point, I like to go about 1.5 inches above, all right, and so we're just going to kind of squeeze it, and I may even go a little further, all right, because I'm going to take a look at my petals, and I want to make sure that they're about the same. If you can't reach to drill, you could hot glue, but you know what? You can reach into it. It's not going to be a problem. And shoot, screw the drill. I'm going to be dangerous. I'm going to use a pair of scissors. So, no, that's just because the drill hasn't come in yet. So, all right, so I'm going to put those on top. I'm going to make sure again that I'm at about 5.5 inches, and I am, okay? So yeah, normally I would just kind of hold them together like this. Like I said, it's just, I didn't want you guys to have to sit there while, like watching me while I was cutting like tons and tons of mesh and putting tons and tons of stuff together. So that's the reason it was done that way. All right, we're going to tighten that up. Petal looks good. Let's make sure zip ties are at about the same spot. Yep. My daisy petal needs to come down just a little bit and then spread it out. So it's going to look about like that. So it's like you got the sunflower petal and then you got the daisy petal right on top of it. So, And I am going to cut that off. There you go. And honestly, if I was teaching a workshop, I would actually have them use a clothespin, but then I would still have them use these little zip ties with it. It would just be easier. All right, so now let's get this guy in here. Duh, Isabel. Cut. It's a mess over there. Okay, then we're going to stick this in here. See, and you're going to end up with pretty good coverage, and you can move it around. Now, let me see here where I'm going to stick this guy at. I'm being a little picky on there because I want to make sure I get pretty good coverage on there. There we go. So in this case, for this row, when I'm putting this petal in, I'm actually going below the first zip tie that I made. This one, I'm actually, the next one, when I go to tighten it onto the board, is going to be slightly lower. I wish I could zoom in. I don't know. Will my phone do that? Oh my God, my phone has a zoom. Holy I didn't finish that one. I didn't know that. Oh my God. How long have I got? There's a zoom. Oh, I feel like a kid in a candy store. Holy crap. Yes, I'm using my phone. That's why I'm so amazed by this right now. So forgive me. All right. So yeah, I can't move in like Amiibo, but that's basically what you're looking at right now. So, all right, but that is pretty cool. Check that out. Ha! Learn something new every day. I love it. Oh my gosh, maybe I need to get some sleep. So, yeah, I like this new technique too, and play around with it a little bit. I think the next time I do this, I may even try using a 10 by 11, like cutting it to 11 inches. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this, guys. Okay, because again, you know how I am. I'm all about the coverage. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is really great to do with poly burlap. Okay. I'm wondering, I kind of expected, I don't know if anybody else has ordered the Daffodil Mesh from Craft Outlet. I kind of expected the Daffodil Mesh to be a little more, like, one, not as thin. And I don't know, I kind of expected it to be a little bit higher quality. That was just me. So I was a little disappointed when the Daffodil Mesh arrived. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, really? This is it? You gave me this? That's disappointing. I'm very disappointed. But you know what? We gonna make it work. So, because I always make it work. I just have to find creative ways to do it sometimes. That's all. Not a problem. I got you, boo. So, all right. So again, I had all these made ahead of time. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim them. And we're gonna see how it goes. But if I have to add a few holes, then I'll add a few holes. But I'm thinking we's gonna be okay. All right, let's stick this in here. Alrighty, right about here. All right. Okay. And you know what? If push comes to shove, hot glue is our friend. I bought these cute little hot glue thingies for my thumbs. I have no freaking clue where they went. Like, I bought them and then they just disappeared once they entered the house. No idea. So, what kind of mesh is this? This is just poly deco mesh from Craft Outlet. It's the daffodil color, but again, I just kind of, you know, I don't know. I'm a little sad by the daffodil color. Actually, I found a different solution here. I don't need to drill any holes in here. So we're going to see what happens here, but I think I found a solution. I heard somebody come in here. Who is that? Ah. All right, kid number one. Hi. Hi. Say hi to the viewers. Hi. What you here for, honey? Water. Really? You're here for water? Okay, you can get your own water right now. I love you. All right, that is my eldest son. I was actually concerned. I was like, oh my God, is that my youngest son coming in? Because if so, uh-oh. No, I actually found a solution right here. There's a few spots that are a little open. And whereas I could easily hot glue them, and we may do that. There's actually no, I'm going to show you guys though, there's actually enough room where you don't even have to worry about it. And come to think about it, I think the first time I did this on the old board, of course water, I know. It's a delay tactic, Margaret. I bet you his TV turned off. Ah. So, but I'll be honest with you, I usually, you know, he comes and he's like, Mommy, I need water. Okay, honey, I'll get you water. Mommy, I need my strawberry milk. Okay, I'm getting you your strawberry milk. Up, and there he is again. I hear the laughing behind me. Oh boy, little comedian. Hi, Pumpkin, I love you. Hey, is the bedroom door open, darling?
Mine?
This one.
Yes.
Can you please go back into the room, go back into the bedroom over there and shut it so that your baby brother doesn't wake up?
I'll go.
It is really thin mesh. Hi, kid number one. I love it. You're officially named kid number one. I am going to change your name as soon as we can.
Why?
Okay, so I need to make one more. Alejandro, if you want to go sit over there with your iPad or something, you can, but I got to finish this up, Pumpkin.
My iPad.
Okay, well, I got to finish this up, baby boy. Okay, so we are going to make the petal. Alejandro, go. Yes, you can watch it if you want to watch it. I love you, dear. I love you. Yes, baby. Keep the volume turned down, darling, okay?
So your audience can't hear you?
No, honey, so that the no, so that they don't have to listen to the TV interfering with what we're doing. Okay, you gotta go. I love you so much, darling. Go over there, please. Thank you.
Why can't...
Thank you. Because I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, boy. Hi, guys. He is so totally not just even photo bombing. This is like flatlining it, guys. Alejandro, one day you'll see. Oh, boy, yeah. Okay. Kisses.
Fine.
Okay. All right, back with my train of thought. So, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me on that. Okay. Seriously, por favor. Siéntate. Come on, put it down. All right, I'm going to go get Daddy. I'm going to call Daddy. It's Daddy time. Daddy always works. Okay, we're going to fold it again and make a smaller triangle. You have to be quiet. And make a smaller triangle, okay? So now we're going to do our petal. Alejandro, they're trying to see on there, baby. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm going to get you afterwards. We're going to go to the 20 mark.
Only your phone can see.
And we are going to go to the half inch. Go sit down now. I love you. Or you have to go back to your room. All right. And then we are going to pinch. And then we're going to come up here. And we are going to make sure. See? And he just totally... I'm going to get that boy. Let's try this again, shall we? That's, yeah, see? Because I'm paying attention to 3 things at one time now. I'm paying attention to, oh dear Lord, help me, sweet Jesus. I need blessings on my heart right now. I need blessings on my heart. Okay, so we're going to go to the 20 mark, and we're going to go to 25 and a half. And come down here. All right, there you go. We've got our petal again. We're going to show this. I like that. Yes, he is 7.5, about to turn 8. Alejandro, they all have this video, and they're going to share this video all over the place. And then when you have a future girlfriend, they're all just going to be able to go, bam, hit a button. Actually, my son tells me, how many girlfriends do you have now, Alejandro? Is it 1 or 3? Stop.
None.
Oh, we're down to none. What happened? You dumped her? She dumped you?
No. None of it.
you know, this little kid was very cute because in kindergarten, guys, he had 3 girlfriends.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. It was just so adorable. And you know why he told me he had 3 girlfriends? Because he couldn't make up his mind which one he liked. So he said he liked one for recess, and he liked the other one when it was time for him to work, and then he liked the third one at lunch. So I told him, we might have a problem there later. But it was very adorable in kindergarten.
Mommy, I do have 2 girlfriends.
Okay. All right, please, go sit down now. No more. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make our daisy. He said fine. He's mad. Come up. All right. And make sure we get our nice little round shape. All right. I'm not taking you to that movie.
Why?
No, because I need you to go sit down. You're not following directions. Please go sit. You cannot mute me with a remote control. Seriously? This kid just pointed a remote control at me and like hit the mute button. OMG. I don't know where he gets this stuff from. Lori, don't you say it. Don't you say me. All right, so we've got the petal. We've got our little daisy. And we're going to go here, measure out, make sure it's at about 5.5. Whew, I tell y'all, pray for my soul, pray for my soul. I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Oh, kids, you got to love them, right? So, all right. I'm going to go Alejandro. Thank you. So this one, the daisy petal needs to get moved down just a little bit. And then when we fan it out, we should get a nice little round one.
Mommy,
I'm trying to make sure it matches.
Mommy,
Yes, Alejandro.
where's the other controls?
You know, I don't know where the other control is, but I bet you if you used your 2 little legs and your 2 little eyes and looked around the room and walked around the room, you would find them. Stop. School's out, time to let the monkeys out.
I can't find it.
Well, then you know what? You need to go sit with your daddy.
No. No.
No.
No.
Go now. Thank you. All right, so we've got our petal here. Okay, one feed him, one does. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. You know, I was thinking something else on there, but I was like, oh, Lord, help me. Oh, my gosh, yep.
Mommy, what was Lori going to say?
Oh, my gosh, this kid of mine. Okay,
Mommy,
now we're going to put this one in.
why aren't you going to tell me?
And
Mommy, please tell me.
Alejandro, you're going to need to go to your room, sweet boy. I don't want to hear you again right now. Thank you. Zippity-doo-dah, please. Okay, so this is where we are right now, okay? Yes, we've got some blank spaces, but there are some solutions we have, and I remember this with my old board now. So let me... There's 2 ways we can go around doing this. So, because I do remember this with my other one. The same exact thing happened, but I was able to rectify it, so that's not a big problem. Let me plug this guy up. Okay, so there's 2 ways that we can go about doing this. The first way, which is what I remember doing now, is I took these 2 and I would like glue the parts together, the edges. So I would do it here, and then I would pull these 2 in and do that one as well. So, and so on. So we can do that. The other option, which I think that we can do as well, I'm going to let you guys vote on it. This is the last time I'm going to tell you, please go sit. No more. The other option that we have here is, you see how we have the spaces between these right here? Again, we could just do this and just pull it. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2, since we have those 2 spaces right there, we could easily put a zip tie between there and put another one of the petals in there, the I guess, I don't know what you call this. What shall we call this? The lolly sunflower petal? I don't know. But we could do that. So option A, glue together. Option B, put another petal in. What do you guys think? Where are we with that? I know in the back part I'm just going to go ahead and pull them and glue them together, so I'm not too concerned about that. Where do you guys think? Where are we with that? Looking great. Yep. So I'm wondering if this option B, put another petal in. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, my concern with doing this, with doing the glue, was the fact that you're dealing with a light mesh. Heaven forbid. It's a very thin mesh. I'll show you guys a slip of this. Hold up. This is how thin the Daffodil Mesh is. You guys ready? Here's your Daffodil Mesh. So for anybody looking to order ahead of time, this is what you're going to be looking at. So while it's a very, very beautiful color when it was closed, when it arrived and I got it, I was like, really? Really? So, you know, it was what, wasn't it like $3.25? So for $3.25, I guess that's what you get. So, but normally, or maybe it was $3.25 or $3.50, one of the two. All right, let's add another petal. It's not like it takes long. So let's go between them. And I actually like that option. Let me see if I can do this one, or if I have to jump to a bigger one, because I know there's 6 inches. I don't have the 6 inches. I only have 4. All right. It'll work. We're perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and get that in. I actually like that. You know what? I have to say, Lori, that's the cool part. You know, I mean, I put holes in the old board too, but the cool part is the way that you get to put the sunflower petals in, and the way that you get to put the rose petals in. And then you can just utilize the space between them. So it's not as if you have to worry about it, you know? There you go. Or you can be like Isabel and try to make holes everywhere. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till that drill comes in. So, all right. There we go. But I love this. And if you do it in the poly burlap, it's a nice, rich color. As a matter of fact, that's the one I did it in, but since this was kind of an experiment to kind of see what would end up happening, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and use this one. So, plus I needed it as a showcase one anyway for an event that I'm going to, so that would be perfect. There we go. Gets a little trickier when you're trying to go in between the holes like that. You know what? Let me flip it over and let's see if we can't do it this way. Duh, Isabel. It only takes me like 5 minutes longer than everybody else to catch on to something. Yeah, that was my concern too about it melting, because the mesh is I mean, I've hot glued mesh together before. My concern on this one though is that it is so thin that we're going to have an issue. So basically, inside, this is what you're looking at. So that very, very inside row where we would normally use the sets of 2, okay? Now we went ahead and created our own set between the two sets. So if that makes any sense at all. Okay. All right, here we go. Speed dial. We're going to push that to the side. We're going to fold here. Lori, have you decided or cut them in half? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If the petals did a little larger, the thing is if you want that perfect petal shape, you don't want to stray too far away from a 10 by 10 or whatever. I mean, you can do it different. It's just you're not going to have that perfect one to it. But then again, you know, every flower is different. So you could argue that point. Okay, so now, here we go, 20, perfect, exactly to 25. Pull it together. All right. It is very versatile, and that's what I like, you know. It's just Isabel likes to drill holes and snap the heads off of things and watch the polyfill get out, you know, and all that other good junk. So, you know, I bet you I was hoping to drill a hole. Oh my gosh. So, you cut the frame in half and add holes? Yeah! Are we talking about the watermelon now, or are we talking about something completely different? Have I totally missed the conversation at this point? Because with my watermelon wreath, I totally did that. I cut that sucker in half, and I added extra holes. Oh yeah. So, alright, there we go. Stick that on top. Let's double check. I want to go to the 20 mark. There we go. Alright, and we're going to zip tie this sucker. Here we go. Yeah. Watermelon. Crystal, I am actually going to, probably, I don't know. I'm going to talk to Lori and see what she wants to do. But I'm thinking probably sometime towards the end of this week, I am going to do the watermelon tutorial. Probably, you know, my days, for some reason I like Thursdays, because then I can go, where are my scissors? I swear to God. There they are. Because I can go into work tired and not, you know, worry about it too much. So, I don't know, because Lori's going on vacay without us, guys. Without us. Without our creakers. Alright, we have to come up with our own sound effect now, too. Alright, so we're going to stick this one in here. Ooh, let me unplug this sucker. Just realized I left my hot glue gun on. For those of you who've checked out my page, you'll have realized that I have a tendency not to be able to remember what I'm doing sometimes. Kind of like when I boiled eggs for 45 minutes, or was it an hour? I lost track of time. I'll be honest with you. I can't even remember. Okay. I'm going to put that one here. And we're going to zip tie that sucker shut. Come on over here. The price is zip tie. There we go. Got it. Alright. I like it. I think that's actually the solution we needed, gals. Great minds think alike. Or great minds help each other. I don't know what the saying is. I do know I need sleep. What do you guys think about that? Alright, so this is where we added. So this was our original. This is it added on top. So, and by the time we keep adding it here, it's going to cover up those other spaces in the back too. So, yeah. I will be bring you live. What is that? Yupper. So, alright, let's get the other ones. I'm so glad I already had all the mesh cut up ahead of time. So, I think that is the perfect solution. Perfecto. Awesome. Exactly what we needed. And fold. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, let me come back into the viewing area. Alright, fold down. Fold down. Okay. There we go. Go to the 20. Need to go back up a little. Here we go. Alright. Okay. Then we're going to make this one. She will post your live to her story. Good stuff. Oh. I need somebody to like come keep up with comments for me sometimes. That's Dave's job over there. Alright. I'm going to squeeze that together. Now we got our little daisy petal, lolly, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm going to stick them on top of each other. I'm going to double check that I'm still in the right spot. Yep, here we go. Fabulous. So, we are almost done. There we go. And I can always add the greenery on later. Like, you guys don't have to watch me add the greenery on. I can always post that later. Post a picture of it. The most important part is I just want you to see the petal part. Lost the scissors again. There they are. Cut. Throwing it over there. Bring this sucker back here. And where do we start? Here we go. Hi there. And in you go. Guys, I am loving this. This was the perfect solution. I'm trying to figure out which way I would have gone if I had not asked you guys. In all honesty, I bet you I would have attempted to glue one petal and discovered real quick that that was not going to work. And then I would have gone to creating another set of petals. That is what I think I would have done. Yes, I love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's the shape. I mean, it's something different. It's something that's unique. I like that. So, and this is honestly my favorite one. It definitely takes more time than the other one. But again, I wouldn't be sitting here zip tying all this stuff ahead of time, so I would save time doing that. I had that zip tied just so that you guys didn't have to watch me cut everything, you know. And this one is not cooperating. I may throw this one away and get a different one. I wonder if I cut this one properly. Oh, why did I cut this sucker? This one doesn't seem right. Remember we were talking about that, guys? So this one's cut to 9 inches. It does not want to take on that nice, neat little sunflower shape that we were looking for. So that means this one's probably cut to 9. Throw you in the trash. Actually, no, I'll probably keep you for something else. So, hi. Hi, Leslie. We are almost going to be wrapping it up very soon because once I put the center on, the center's done. And I don't have to put it on any type of canvas or anything else. So, all right, there we go. Something is wrong here. What happened? Did I cut a whole bunch of these to like, son of a gun? This looks right. This looks nice and wide. Okay, we're back into action here. All right. That happens from time to time. Nothing you can do about it. There we go. There. Okay. But yeah, if you don't watch it, you know that, I don't know. Maybe you can make it work with that amount, but for me, the way it was working right now, it was not working out with 9 inches. So I didn't show how the center was made. I figure what I was going to do for that is I'll just tell you about it tonight. And what I can always do is just post a quick video update on my page and then just share it to the group, you know. So, because it's not that difficult. It's one of my favorite centers and it's so easy. I may actually pull some burlap at the end of it, and whoever wants to stay and watch it can, and whoever doesn't can go ahead and go to bed and call it a night and then check it out later. So, not a big deal. All right, there we go. Again, let's double check. All right, this sucker's got to go down some more. Here we go. So, it is so different. I like it. I like it. And when you have the poly burlap with it, I'm telling you guys, it just pops. It really does pop. And it's so neat and nice. I love it. I actually, the first one, it was the only one I made. But the last one I made, it sold within 24 hours. So, you know. But most people just go for the other one. So, that's fine too. So, here we go. All right. Put you in there. I love this. This is perfect. I'm so happy. Oh my God. You ever been in love with the wreath? My husband's going to have a fit. I'm in love with the wreath. Okay. Here we go. Put this together. I actually thought that was my husband in earlier when we heard the door. Because last time he tried to come in so he could go to bed. And this is what used to be the sitting room and is now my craft room. So he was terrified of coming across. Can you use fabric or poly burlap? You can use either, because this is poly deco mesh, and it's look how thin it is though. Like literally, I mean, it's so thin. The fabric mesh would give it a gorgeous, gorgeous color, and so would the poly burlap. So either or. I think either of the three. I think if you're dealing with deco mesh, you're going to have to double up. I think with burlap, I never doubled up. So with this, I've had to double up on a lot of them. All right, so we're going to go push this to 20, push this to 5.5. There we go. Pull it here. This one's not cooperating. Let me fold it again. Sometimes that happens. Not a big deal. It's called you just fold it again. And it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Now it's going to work. Go to 25. All right, there we go. Got it. Okay. Got this one. So, fabric mesh is the new one. I'll be honest, I have not tried the fabric mesh yet. I've got some coming in for 2 projects that I am doing. But I bet you some of the ladies here would be able to share a lot more about the fabric mesh. I know Lori did tell me, because I asked her about it, and she told me that it was waterproof. You know, so it's not like regular burlap where it just kind of sags in the rain. So that's good. So, and poly burlap has more of a plasticky feel to it too. I know that much. All right, come over here, compare, make sure you're happy. You know, when you're doing a wreath like this, you really want to make sure too that your petals are at about the right length. You don't want them all over the place, because again, this is one of those petals that give it a nice crisp look. So with that, you're looking for the uniformity between it as well. If that's a word, yeah, I made it up. Cut the bottom, duh. There we go. Put that over there. Okay, so now let's put this sucker in. This is gorgeous. Oh my God, I love the little petal right there in the middle. Guys, I debated on doing so many things with the center. I was like, maybe I should keep it simple. And then I was like, maybe I should put the head that I cut off on there. And I was like, nah. Let's not do that. Let's save that for the ta-da project coming up. So, all right, that one is in there. So we've got a couple more to go. Not a big deal. And that's it. Yeah. So it's waterproof. It's definitely not as thin as this daffodil. I ordered the daffodil because everybody was raving about the daffodil last year, right? So I was like, oh my God, I got to get a hold of some daffodil. Now that I'm working with it, I don't know if I'm going to order 10 more. I don't think I am. Because you're using a lot of it. And by the time you've done that, you could have used less by using a different quality one. So, yeah. It does fray a lot. Can you use the sealer with it? I don't know if you can use the sealer with it or not. Like a vacuum sealer, the one that Lori has. Because I haven't seen that part. Alright, too high. We're going to bring that petal down some. You don't want them too big. Alright, there we go. Stick it on top. I'm just going to sit here and compare. Perfect. Alright, and we're going to snap that shut. It does fray. Be perfect for this petal. Yeah. And you know what? Fraying, you can always... Here's the thing about the fraying, though. If you think about it, with this petal, you're doing so much folding that all the edges are typically hidden in the first place. And then look, like where the fraying does occur, right here, this is the part you're cutting off in the first place. So, yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. All right, we're going to put this in here. Here we go. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, some of you new viewers, if you're new, and you're looking to order some of these flower boards, you know, one, you can get them on Craft Outlet. You can get them on Amazon, Trendy Tree, of course. You can go directly to the Unique in the Creek website and order from there as well. But if you use code SPARKLES, then you will also save 10% when you do that. So just a heads up on that part. Yeah, all the rough edges are hidden. Exactly right, Brenda. All right, throwing this over here to the side. Yeah, I think I can show you guys real quick with the burlap. Guys, it is so ridiculously easy and gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure there's a tutorial out there somewhere, but Lori knows me. I just kind of sit there playing with something. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm too cheap to pay for a tutorial. So that's just me. I'm like, I'll figure it out. Mark my words. I will find a way and I will figure that sucker out. Nothing stops Isabel. So, the golden yellow one's the same. Cool. Cried, you keep freezing on me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really am sorry. Alright, I'm going to throw that one in here. Oh, this one's cut to 9 inches. I don't know what happened with me cutting things to 9 inches tonight. Maybe that's because that's what I usually typically use 8s and 9s. So to switch suddenly to a 10, I probably went on autopilot and my brain just started saying, cut everything at 9 inches. And my hand was like, all right, absolutely. So I don't know why I'm doing that. I need to do the lolly. There we go. I'm getting a little brain messed up. But all I'm going to do when this is over is just sit there and plan out the next project. So, you know, yeah, there we go. Night, night. Absolutely, girl. Take care. I'm glad you were able to pop in. There we go. And snip this off. There we go. Anybody, President's Day isn't typically off in the U.S., but is anybody else, like, not having to work tomorrow or do anything tomorrow? Like, I know they're having all the sales and everything. I haven't even checked to see if Joann's or Michael's has a good sale or not. So, yeah, so you bought tons too. I think Michelle will always be forever known as Miss Monkey. So, I think that's her nickname by now. All right. And we've got, what do we have here? We've got one. Looks like we only have two. Looks like we only have two. So let me pull out the yellow mesh because I put it away back here. I had it open, but there. Okay. And let's get 4 pieces cut real quick. I don't even cut the edges when I do this because they're all going to be covered up in the first place. So, you have Family Day. Family Day? Huh. What do you do on Family Day? I've never heard of Family Day. I mean, I guess you spend it with the family. But is there anything special like that families typically do in Canada? Okay. There. That's going to be the last 2 pieces. Alright. Move that to the side. Here we go. Oh, this feels so much better. I can definitely tell I was pulling it on those other ones. Here we go. Here we go. Jump over here. Pull it. Alright, this one's set. Time for a daisy. We need a holiday in Fed. Stores are closed on Family Day. Oh, wow. It's so funny because if you put a holiday here, every store is open because everybody just goes out of their house and goes shopping. But maybe the U.S. needs a holiday, a Family Day as well, to be honest with you. All right, there we go. All right, I'm glad you guys bared with me on this. Again, this was one of those like figure it out type of situations. So it's like you have an idea and you try it. And again, if it was burlap, it would definitely be going faster. Or if I had that fabric mesh. I can't wait till the fabric mesh comes in. So, kids off of schools, government closed. But that's good though, because I think it gives, you know, when all the stores are closed, then those workers who typically don't get a chance to spend time with their families now have a chance as well. So, here, you know, you can count on certain stores to be open no matter what, you know, like Walmart. So Walmart will always be open. They'll never close. So I think they closed for Christmas. And then they opened that night. Or I don't know. So, all right, petal time. I think this is our last petal. There we go. We're going to jump over here. Make sure it goes 5.5. I keep saying that because, you know, you never know who's jumping in to watch. My son's off. I'm off for the whole next week, this coming up week, and my son's off for the whole coming up week. So, I'm actually taking him to the movie tomorrow. We're going to go see the Lego movie. Alright, bring it up here. Go up to about 1 inch above. And then you may have to pinch it a little more when you're doing it. There we go. Put them together. Alright, zip it. I don't know what he's watching on YouTube, guys. I miss that though. I know there's going to come a day. Hi, Peggy. There's going to come a day where it's like, you know, he's no longer going to want to hang out and things like that. I'll be chasing him down. I actually already chase him down half the times too, and he tells me to be quiet on while he's playing Fortnite. And I'm over there saying, I love you to Venus. And he's like, shh. I love you to Mars. And he's, shh. And then I'm like, I love you to Uranus. And he goes, shh. Saturn. Shh. I'm trying to get him to say, I love you to Jupiter. I love you to Pluto. Because that's like our little game. But he doesn't like to play that little game when he's playing Fortnite with his friends. So. Oh, did you hear him back there? I'm embarrassing him. Yeah, I didn't know who's out from Georgia or not. But I know a lot of people are traveling right now, going down to Florida and everything. At least from what I've seen from people that I know. But our Florida vacation is going to be in mid-June. So, oh, there we go. Okay. So we've got that. That makes the inside nice and neat. And then as I'm looking at it, all right, so this is where we are right now. So the inside right here is nice and neat, but then we still have an issue back here. So, and then this is what's going to look like once I end up finishing. So I'm going to keep going with it, but I'm trying to show you guys what the center is going to look like. And I'm going to zip tie this sucker down into it. But this is what we're going to end up with when we're done. But I'm going to go in right here and fill in those few little holes right here. But this is the center. And again, it's going to be easy to put back in there. So I'm not too concerned about it. Luckily, that part's pretty easy. Petals don't take too long. So I'm not concerned. I want to see if we have another roll. Make it go a little quicker. It looks like I cut a bunch here. Question is, I bet you I cut it to like 9 inches or something. Nope, this is a completely different one. All right, let's get the other one. All right. Okay. All right, so let's take that. All right. We're going to do that. I can't wait to see this one done because then I'm going to post it. I thought I had enough of this cut out for you guys beforehand. But again, it's one of those things where you just don't know. You never know what you're going to get, right? So based off of that, we only need 8. All right. 1, 2, and we're only doing petals. We're not doing anything else with this one because this is the second row. I'll show you in a minute. 3, 4. There we go. Okay. 5, 6. All right. And 7, 8. Problem solved. Okay, moving right along. It is, I do like it. I do like it. I don't know why I just took that apart. I want to take my son somewhere educational. I just don't know where. Something history-wise, something a kid would like. I went to the Holocaust Museum this past week with my 5th grade students. I really liked it in Kennesaw, but I don't think he's gonna like it. So, again, the petals are the easy ones to do. All right, there we go. Look at that, problem solved. I know, no worries, girl. I started kind of late on there too. So, all right, here we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Hi from Florida. We were just talking about the influx of people that you are getting this week from like Georgia and whichever other places are also on break right now. So, all right, so I'm going to come here and let me see here how we want to do this. I may need to, I really wanted to do that one. I don't know if we can. We're going to have to use a different one. Let's see here. I'm wondering. Let me look at this for a second. I'm not concerned about that too much. You know what? Let me try something. If we put it right there, that would cover up. I need this spot covered up right here. That's what I need. And if I do it here, it's going to fall here. So that's not going to do the job. I want it over here. Let me figure that out. What do you guys think? 3 blizzards. Holy crap. How can you be in session with a blizzard? All right. Now we could do that. We could do it right here. That would be a perfect location right there. Now, how are we going to do that is what I'm trying to figure out. Because we've got... Okay. Let me get a bigger one. Unless you guys have an idea, I'm looking over there at you guys over there. Northern Minnesota. How do you go to school in a blizzard? I don't get it. The only problem with this part is you're going to have to do it the old way. But again, I want to give it a shot. We'll see. If it doesn't turn out the way we want it to, not a big deal. But I'm just going to check it out. We're going to see what happens here, guys. All right, we're going to see if it does what I want it to do. I think so. Yep, it sure does. The only thing about this one, and I'll show this one to you, is... Alright, so basically here's what we're doing on this one. So when we did the inside one here, we saw that there were some bare spots, but we didn't have to do anything tricky. We just took the spaces between the 2 sets of holes, and we created our own. So then fast forward to this one where I'm trying to fill in an empty space in the back because again, with the material that we're using, we can't just use the hot glue. So basically, I'm going on the row outside and I'm going to use a bigger zip tie and I'm going to put it in the old way that we used to do with the zip tie and tightening it in the back. And notice how it's skewed to one side. And if you're wondering, well, how will you know what side to skew it to? Well, that's going to be easy because you're going to see the blank spot, and that's where you're going to want to fill it in. So it takes a little bit of, just a little bit to think through. But, I mean, it's easy. I love the petal shape. There we go. Again, if you use burlap, poly burlap, or you used fabric mesh, it definitely would not be near as thick as what I'm holding in my hands right now with the deco mesh. With the deco mesh, you're really going to need to double up. There's no way around it. Oh, guys, I almost forgot. So I got some exciting news yesterday, like late yesterday night. Now, the email came in way earlier. It's just I only checked my email at that point. So, yeah. But I received an official, there's a vendor thing that I wanted to do, a fair that I wanted to do, and the only way to get in is basically to be invited. So I got my invitation the other day, and so basically it's invitation only. It's for that one festival that I told you guys had that had 30 to 50,000 people approximately, the Paulding Meadows Fair. So they sent me an invitation to come join them, and so I am. Alejandro, I'm really trying to concentrate. Sweet Muffin Man. I love you, Sweet Muffin Man. So I want to put this one here. It's going to be a gorgeous wreath when it's done. So, I know, right? I wouldn't have to do near as much. I'm patient, but I'll be honest with you, I am annoyed. So, don't think that I'm not annoyed here. So, and I'm looking at this one. Okay, I got this one. I can figure this one out. This one's having to do some maneuvering just because of, let me see if I can, I might not have to. Let's see what I can do here. I think I can get away with it there, but we have to do it here. Like, there's no way. So, there we go. Okay. Put it in through here. You know, it's one of those things, you know, you order some mesh, you think it's, you know, you get one thing and then it comes in and you're like, oh my dear sweet Jesus. And it's not at all what you were thinking it would be. But that's okay, because we gonna make it work, ladies. That's like that carrot wreath that I made, that was made from petals. And I loved it to death. But I'm telling you, I swore I would never make it again. So, all right, we got 2 there. All right, we're gonna cut that off. There we go. Yeah, if it was making it, that would be in a monkey's paw. Be like, that's it, that's it. No, the wreath is not gonna win. Isabel is going to win. That is how it's going to work, guys. I will win. You'll see. I always win. I refuse to accept defeat. So, there we go. Won't accept it. I got this. I got this, yo. From the looks of it, it's about 6 more. Then I know for a fact, 100% for sure, that it will be done. So, yeah. All right, so that works out perfectly. That's exactly what we needed on there. I think the best way to do that is I'm going to have to put out some written instructions for it. There's no other way for me to, you know, like, I think the vast majority of us would be able to figure it out. I'm just going to go ahead and feed that through there, and now I'm going to slide this guy in there. Cut this off a little bit, but for the beginner who wants to attempt this, I want them to be able to be successful at it too. So I think I'm going to do a written instruction. for this one, like in more detail than what I would normally put on there. So, all right, that's good. I like that. All right, so I'll come here. That's pretty tight there. I got this. I got this, yo. I got this. Ain't no wreath gonna win over me. No, 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 no. That's not the way we work around here. That's not the way it goes. All right. So, yeah, thank you for the invite. Yep, I'm stoked about it. I tell you what I didn't expect was the vendor fee. But the fact of just being able to get an invite, because they already say on there that it's invitation only. You can beg, you can plead, but you didn't get an invitation, guess what? You don't go. So, yeah. So, I'm thinking about going. I'm thinking about going. It probably will require me to take a half day off of work. So, did I cut it into 10 by 10s? Yes, it is a 10 by 10. It is a 10 by 10. All right, so I'm going to put it at 20. It goes to 25. Can't repeat that enough. There we go. Wow, this is some thick mesh. I'm going to tell you that once you double it up like that. But again, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Cut. Come back over here. I think I already set this little guy up. I thought I did. There he is. He's right here. Okay. We're going to slide him right on in there. Okay. All right, there we go. And tighten him up. I'm going to hold him in place with my hand over there on the opposite side. Yes, I am. Yep. Flip it over. Got it. I'm definitely drinking that glass of wine before I go to bed. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've earned that sucker. So, here we go. Need that. There we go. All right. Perfect. I tell you one thing, y'all. It's looking full. I'm going to give you that much. It would have been full a whole lot faster if we had a different mesh. But note to self and note to you as well. There you go. Life lessons again, 101. All right. Finishing this up. But still, what I like about it is how pretty the petals turn out. But it is a time-consuming one. And even if I was using a different mesh, it would still end up being time-consuming. Definitely not as time-consuming. But you can see why things cost what they do. Like a normal sunflower wreath, guys, I would sell for $45. This one, because of the labor involved, and obviously by the time I calculate materials, that's going to be a different one too. You know, the cost goes up a whole lot more. But man, is it gorgeous. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. It really is. Okay, I already did that. See? I'm getting ahead of myself. In a smart way. If only I could keep up with my brain. I think I just dissed myself. But I'm not sure. Alright. Tighten that up. Here we go. The good thing is with the center, I just have to zip tie that sucker in the middle. So, and then that part's done. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, here's what it's looking like so far, guys. We still have the 3 to fill in at the bottom, so I'm going to put the top. Here's what we're looking at so far. So this is the part that's already done up here. This is the part we still need to fill in that one space at. But this is going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous sunflower at the end. And you could take this so many ways with so many different colors. So, alright, we're going to stick this in here. Let's see where we're at. Right in here. Okay, let's do another one. What do we got over there? Miss Atlanta. Hi there, Barbara. How you doing, girl? Barbara's my little assistant super sleuth right there. Lori. I can't say too much about that. But Barbara helped me out earlier today, figuring something else out that momentarily threw me off. I'm not getting into it though, so we're good. We're good. It's all good. It's gravy. I am perfectly good. So, it is pretty. I do like it. Again, this is just a whole new take on the petal. And honestly, you know, I was sitting there watching videos and waiting for the kids to go to bed one night and just playing with a piece of burlap in my hands. And then it happened, and I was like, holy crap, what did I just do? And I looked at it, and I was like, I love this thing. How'd I make it? And so that I had to go back and try to figure out how I made it. Day late and dollar short, apparently. All right, so we're going to stick this one in here. Okay. Let me go ahead and get this guy in there first, because that's going to help us in a second. There. Going to help us figure out where we want to put them. We want them skewed over a little bit more to the left side because that's where the bare side was. All right. And tighten that up. Jeez. There we go. What type of mesh? For that one, we've learned right now that really, I think if you're going to be using fabric mesh would work great. You can't go wrong with poly burlap as well. I would stay clear from regular, you know, poly deco mesh in my opinion. Unless, of course, you got the one that was like with the extra foil in it. And I'm not talking about the regular amounts of foil. I'm talking about extra. The extra wide ones, the metallic ones, and things like that. So I wouldn't stick with a regular one. All right, it's turning out good though, so that's good. It was a good solution. Told y'all I wasn't giving up. Show us slowly, please. I'm sorry. Isn't it pretty? That's the full side. Down here is where we've got, you see that space right there? You've got to fill that space in. And actually that's the next one I'm going for. So we're going to take this in here. And I'm doing it the old way because the new way, you just kind of put the zip ties in there and you tie them down from the top. The old way, when you had the old boards, you'd have to put the zip ties in there, and I usually did them down here at the bottom, right? Some people did them the other way, but I always did mine at the bottom. But with the new ones, I do them at the top. But in order to fix these blank spaces that we're having to go back and find, which now that I know about them, I can write up the directions, and you guys will benefit from that. So, since I have tomorrow off, I'll go ahead and do that at that point. So, that way you guys don't have to sit here going through it as well, the way I did. So, all right. Here we go. Hallelujah. Just realized I only have the last glass of wine sitting in my cup over there. It's a lonely little glass of wine, too. It's a good way to ruin a pair of scissors, too. All right, we're going to come in here. All right, now you guys can already see this part right here is our blank space. This is what we want to fill in. And I've already put my zip tie in here because I'm looking at this, and you can move these around. If you move this over here, then the blank space is here. So, kind of however you decide to go. Let me see what I did on here. Okay, let's fill in this side. So I'm going to go in here. I already put the zip tie in there. All right, push it in. There we go. Come to the back and tie that sucker down. funny thing is he's not even moving because he's being held against the rest of the mesh right now. So he's not even popping out. But still, you would hate for this to get to a customer and then it pops out on them. All right, there we go. All right, that part's done. What do we have left here? Last one. I will have to say that this is one of those hallelujah moments where you're just like, praise. Yeah. So, score, score, score. And I'm going to type everything up, Sandra, because this is one of the ones where if you watch it from beginning and you've done this type of, you know, you've done wreaths before, sunflowers before, it's an easy, you know, they can follow it, but if you're somebody new to the method or something like that, it may be a little more challenging. So for that case, I'm just going to type up the instructions and post it. So, again, I mean, why create a tutorial for something and pay for it or charge people for it? Because I guarantee you there's going to be people out there like me who were just like, I'm going to figure this out. So, I paid for one tutorial and only one. So, and that was towards the beginning of when I started wreathing. At this point, hindsight 2020, I wish I wouldn't have even paid because I can easily figure it out myself just by just thinking it through. So, all right, guys, woo-hoo-hoo. Let's get that last petal in there. So, Alejandro, are you sleeping with mommy today? Huh? Honey, Lori, he's still sitting here back on conversation, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, something about Lori, something, I don't know, now he's worrying about you. He's worrying about Miss Lori over here. All right, so looking over here, we've got this here. Could put it here, could put it here. I like it better right there. So I'm going to stick it right in here. All right, we're going to pull that in there. And like I said, when I type this up, I'm going to type it up so that you guys don't have to sit here worrying about having to go back and doing any of this. You'll already have it when you do that row. All right, let me double check that that's how I want it, because we're going to see it from this angle right here. Perfect. Oh, score. Hallelujah. Tighten that sucker up. Guys, it is done. It is, the only thing I'm going to add tomorrow is I'll do the little greenery on it and I'll post a picture for you guys. I'll show you real quick where I'm going to put it at. We're going to put the center in, but here's what we're looking at. So there's our little sunflower wreath, only not so little. So we've got our holes filled in. We're good on that part. So all that part's done. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, I am going to, so what I'm going to do with the holes, what I'm going to do with that, actually, since I've already got this cut, I'm going to go ahead and add this in there, and it won't take that long. We'll go ahead and add the greenery in there. I'm going to use the outside holes here, and we're going to add little pieces of greenery around it. So, I think I can get away with using these little tiny ones. So, I'm going to take this, and I'm basically just going to use my ruffle method. Not my ruffle, help me. My little crawling method. I've lost my track of names now. Everything is gone. Okay, and we're just basically making a simple sunflower petal. The one that I told you that people would typically just use to go ahead and create their actual, the rest of the sunflower, we're doing that for the leaves now. Okay, so I'm just going to go around like that. So that's not going to take long. There we go. Again, we're going to put the curl side down. crawl our way like a little ant from edge to edge. I'm just using a 4-inch here. You can use a whatever. It's just that's what's within reach. All right, let's stick that in there, and we're gonna put them together. There we go. All right, there's that. Okay, and I'll primp it and all that other good junk later. So, Petal Method, yeah. I call it the ant method. I just make up random names for things that make absolutely no sense, and people are like, what? That does not make sense. All right, I'm gonna go here. And I'm basically using the outside holes. This is the third one going in. So there's 5 more. All right. And again, I'll fluff everything out later. I'll get a picture up tomorrow. Not a big deal. Watching again for sure. I don't know, girl. You might have to, you know, bring yourself a nice big sandwich or something like that. Or, let's see here. All right. Come on, Isabel. Get with the program today. I'm trying to finish it up at this point. This is the point where it's like it's the last quarter mile of a race and you're tired and you're trying to finish it up and get it done with. So, and then you realize that you put the darn thing in here and backwards. There we go. All right. It's so funny because the flamingo wreath was easier. Oh, but it is looking pretty already. Yeah, it is. This is a good one. I like it. I just know that I am definitely not going to be using this particular mesh with it again. That much I know. I'm definitely going to stick with poly burlap, which is how I made it the first time. And the great thing about the poly burlap is if you do need to glue anything together, you can. It won't matter. So, but with this material, you really can't. Yeah. No, it wasn't. And Barbara, your little flamingo turned out so cute. It wasn't bad to do at all. It was easy. Wait till you see what I do. All right. Wrapping this up. Almost. It looks like there's 2 left, guys. There we go. And then I get to have the fun tomorrow of cleaning up. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. I will say that much. It is gorgeous. I don't know, I might have to keep this one for myself. All right. Hi. It has no legs. What's up, Alejandro? Huh? Honey, I don't know what Lori said. Lori and I don't know what you're talking about, child. I don't know. When you get our age, you can't remember half of what you said. You just say it. That's the perks of getting older. You say whatever you want to say. All right. Here we go. Guys, this is our last petal. Woohoo! All right. Here we go. Make sure I got it right. Yes, I did. And we go. And then we attach the center and it is done. This is why I had that center done ahead of time. Okay, score. Hallelujah. All right, guys. So I will have to do a little bit of primping with this guy later. But let me show it to you. What we're looking at so far. Only thing is I have to get so far away. There we go. There we go. Here we go. I mean, it's gorgeous. It has crisp lines. It's a different type of sunflower. You're not going to see it everywhere because this one is a little more challenging to make. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put it online so that you can see, you know, instead of having to go back like I had to do to figure out where all these spaces are. When I write it up, and I'm actually going to write it up based off of the row numbers, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that way you can follow it, okay? That's the easiest way I think I can explain it. And Lori, I'm so glad you put that on the board because that makes it so easy. All right, let's attach our center. Now I'm going to explain to you really, really quick how I did this. First of all, let me grab the roll of burlap over here because I already cut it. Here it is. So, everybody knows what I'm talking about with the rolls of burlap from Walmart. They're about yay high. What is it, about 5.5, 6 inches tall? Just this color right here. Then what I did is I just took that roll of burlap and I just cut it straight down the middle. Okay? So it's a hairpiece, I know, right? So I cut it straight down the middle. So basically then you're going to wind up with 2 rolls. Well, here's the beauty of this particular method. This half of a roll of that burlap will now make 2 of these. And then the other side makes 2. So out of $3.49, you will get 4 sunflower centers. Okay? So here's how I did it, because it's kind of hard to see because I spray painted it. There's the original color. I spray painted it bronze. Okay, it's one of these deep metallic hammer bronze. That's what it is. It's a hammer bronze. And it's not your typical spray can where you just spray at the top. This one actually has the little handle in the front, so you hold the handle down. All right, but if you look, it's got this ruffled appearance to it. That's what I love. It's gorgeous. So here's how I did it. It's so freaking simple. It is ridiculous. Okay, why spend money? And that's another thing. I see people charging money for how to do this. No, don't be silly. That's stupid. So what I'm going to do here, you're going to find the middle of that half the part that you cut. So this should be about 4 inches, I believe. 1, 2, this is 3 inches. That's right. That makes sense because it's a 6-inch tall thing. You're cutting it all the way across. That makes 3. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the approximate middle. Okay, here we got it, right here. So this string is the approximate middle for the whole thing. Watch what I do with it. There you go. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to pull on it like this. All right. Now you don't want to pull it so tight. If you pull it like this, you're going to get a very tightly woven center. All right. I like mine a little looser, like you know, like a gentle one. Something like this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to keep pulling on it, and then when it gets all smushed here and you get here to the top, you're going to keep going down. Like so on, okay? So this is a tiny little chain, and all by pulling that one little piece of string. It's great, isn't it? So then what I did is at this point, I made sure they were all facing up, okay? And I just kind of rolled them. I'm trying to do this. There we go. Okay, I'm going to perch myself on the table now, guys. Look at that. I'm on a table for you. All right. I hope it doesn't fall. Then all I'm going to do now is basically roll it. Okay? And as you're rolling it, this is what you're getting in the middle. Right here. I mean, this is real quick. Now, what I would do when you first start rolling this, and this is what I did. Right here, when I did this roll right here, I rolled it like 2 or 3 times. And then I took a 4-inch zip tie and I just put it through here, the bottom portion, and zip tied it. That way, it's not going to fall apart on you. Okay, so there you go. And you're just going to keep going, and then about every 3 or 4 rolls, you're just going to grab the 2 ends, the 2 parts from the last 2 layers that you used, and you are just going to zip tie it. And the reason why is because that time, this way, it doesn't fall apart, because otherwise, this is what happens to some people's stuff, because they don't properly use the zip ties at the bottom. Okay, you don't want that to be you. Don't let that be you. Then, you're going to get to this point whenever it's wide enough. This is actually a little too big for that sunflower, so I may end up squishing it in a little bit, but we'll see. So at this point, when you flip it over, you're going to want to kind of pull on the top and pull on different sections and see which part tries to come out. If there's a section that tries to come out, then you're going to want to take another zip tie and put those 2 layers together. And then I like to go right here closer. This is the very starting point of the center. I like to go around here and try to put them together, because again, this thing's not going to fall apart. Well, you can throw it in the air and do whatever you want to. So, it looks great. It's like a little mop head on my head. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and put that on there. But that's all you do. You cut the whole burlap thing in half so that you have 2 3-inch pieces, rolls. And then that first roll will make 2 centers. The second roll will make 2 centers. You go ahead and pull 1 string and keep pulling at it. And that's what you'll get. So now I want to see here if we can put this in here or if it's too big, because I may have made it too big. So we'll see. Yeah. No. So we're going to squeeze that in here. And I've already let this thing dry. Guys, I sprayed this at like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So it doesn't take that terribly long. All right. I just want to make sure it fits in there nicely. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie the back. But look, basically, this is what it would look like. All right. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. I'm not done yet because I'm going to zip tie it, but, hey. All right, so now I'm going to take a zip tie, and I'm thinking, just for the sake of trying to make this a little easier on myself, I'm going to use the big ones. I'm tired of fumbling around with these tiny 4-inch ones. I'll be honest with you. I might have hit my limit. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I just need a top and I just need a bottom. You don't need to have 4, okay? It's not going to go anywhere. I might use these where I already have 2 zip ties in there. I'll show you. See how I already have that zip tie in there? I just put the bigger one behind it, that's all. And let me go ahead and set up the bottom one because I'm going to feed it through. Oh, perfect. Right here I've got another set of zip ties. There we go. I'll show it to you. There you go. Just like that. All right, and now we can feed it. Now here's the thing. Hindsight 2020. Lori, did you catch that yet? Did you catch that? I should have fed it through here first. Not a big deal. Because then I'm just going to feed it through this thing again. So let me go ahead and feed both of those through there. Alright. Duh. But at least you got to see where it was going to go through. I'm going to go through the back. See, I did it on purpose. That's right. I did it on purpose. Alright. Okay. Basically, I'm just going to use those 2 sections of the zip tie that I showed you. Okay? So, this one is going to go through here. I got to turn this way because I'm a lefty. Lefties are always a little weird with doing things. Alright. Especially when we can't see what's going on. Here we go. There's the hole. I think that's the hole. I feel a hole. I can't see. There we go. Got the hole. I got the hole, guys. I got the hole. Alright. Okay. And I'll fix it in a minute. So we're going to put that in here. I'm going to leave it a little loose. That way I can maneuver, kind of pull it in here. Then I'm going to come down here. And I am going to look for the other zip tie that I had told you guys I was going to use, which is right here. And feed it through. There we go. Right here. Perfect. All right. We're going to zip tie that sucker down. All right. Now I'm just going to kind of go in here and set it into place, and then I'll finish zip tying it. I just didn't want to get it so tight that I couldn't move all this around, and then I'm screwed. I'm not screwed. It just means I would have started over again, but I really don't want to start over again. That's all. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. This was good. All right, now we're gonna tighten that sucker down. All right, same thing here. Fabulous. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll cut these other things off in a second. I'm not going to do it right now and waste more time for you guys. I just want to go ahead and show it to you now. All right. Fluff it up a little bit, because when it's spray painted and then you push it against the table, you got to fluff it. All right, guys, you ready? Whew, guys, it was a challenge, definitely, but we got it. We figured it out. And again, that's what it's all about. I can't wait to get my drill. The watermelon one I do have down packed, so I'm not even worried about that one. I've done that one twice now. So, we're good. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. All right, backing up for a full view. And it is completely done. The leaves are done. All the rows of the petals are done. So, you know, you've got a nice crisp petal shape here. And then right around here, we did the petals with the little lolly daisy petal thing here going around it. And it's just nice. It turned out really, really well. It is time consuming. Whether you're going to use fabric mesh, whether you're going to use poly, burlap mesh, but I will tell you this, instead of having to double up on every single yellow piece here, like I did with deco mesh, if you're using the fabric or you're using the poly, you're probably not going to have poly. I definitely know for a fact, poly burlap, you won't have to do it. The fabric mesh, I haven't worked with it, so I'm going to defer to Lori on that one because mine comes in. So now I'm going to zoom in. Isn't it gorgeous? And you can play with the little ruffles in the center right here. There you go. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I'm a very wordy person. I appreciate you staying with me. I'm going to take a better picture of this in the morning time so that you guys can be able to see it. And because I know that there's going to be some newer people who haven't done as much wreathing and they want to try this, I'm going to make sure to write down the directions in much more detail than I typically do. You know, and let you know what to do in row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and all that good stuff. So, Ollie Fun. You know what? I bet you Ollie Fun would work. I think so, Nancy. You should do it. I agree. Absolutely. Yes, it has great definition. So, glad you guys liked it. Thank you for staying with me. If you have any questions, you know, definitely let me know right now. I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you think of them later, PM me, because again, sometimes I just don't see it in the comments. So, absolutely, guys. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. And, yeah, watermelon, I'm looking at probably Thursday is what I'm looking at. So, in the meantime, good night. Love you guys. Go get some sleep. I'm going to finish my glass of wine. So, all right, guys. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to work on typing up these directions. And, yeah. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Absolutely. Yay. Thank you.